Today it's Wednesday, August 26, 2026. Let's make another one update video for the 133. Alright. What's all about this video? This video is all about the crankshaft. Alright. I haven't sent it for polishing. You can see how does it looks like. Alright. I never sent it for polishing, like I said. It's not necessarily, it's not important to send for polishing the specific one because it has low mileage. The main bearings didn't have any significant wear, okay? But usually I'm sending it for one light polishing for the new bearings, okay? Now, what's all about here? Here on the crankshaft, you have 4 gold and 1 red. That means you have 54 ending part number, the first 4, and the last one is the 56. All right? That's the color bearings. This corresponding to the lower bearings, all right? The upper bearings, it's been written here. And comes yellow, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, okay? The number 2, it's the yellow. Number 1, it's the blue. Fine. And I have it here. These are the bearings that was running this engine with. Fine. Then we have these bearings. I'm not against, I'm using calico bearings, the coated bearings, okay? But I'm using it for the connecting rods, not for the main line. Especially on a Volkswagen, Audi, Mercedes, BMW, I'm not using coated bearings for the main line, for the crankshaft. All right? Now, these bearing cells, I can say that they are blue or yellow or red. That means it can be blue 52 part number, ending 52, 54 or 56. Nobody knows. There is no color code on it. Did they put all 52, the blue one, the number 1? Nobody knows, okay? I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that it's not going to be the correct dimensions, probably. Because from what I see here, the last one, you see the last one is red. It's a 56. So you have 52, 54, 56. You have blue, yellow, red. You have the third one at the end. How are you going to compensate with that? Just saying, all right? What I'm going to do, I'm going to use a plastic cage to see it visually, what's going on, all right? And if it's okay with the customer, with the owner, by all means, there is no problem from my side. Okay, after all, like I said, it's not my engine. Fine, I guess. We're gonna find out. Then, another one problem with this engine is the bottom end, it's not that strong. I'll explain. You see where's the mistake here? There are only 2 bolts that's holding down the crankshaft bearing cap, okay? There are no side bolts. They're nothing. They're just only 2 bolts, all in all. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. It doesn't matter that much how much horsepower you're gonna make. It's about that if you have a spike of the torque, do not expect the main line to be happy. You're not gonna be happy. All right. Then let's make it again upside up. I just want to show you something before I continue, and then I'm gonna mount the crankshaft. By the way, the crankshaft is completely dry. All right. There is no oil by any means. It's been washed, and that's how it's supposed to be. And the bearings, you see that I haven't even opened it yet. So some people, they are saying, they make a comment, they said that it's a crack. It's not a crack, this one. Each sleeve, it's independent, it's separate sleeve, all right? And you have to clock it. You see in the middle between the second and the third that it's much more decent. It's important, this, to touch properly. I'm talking about here. This is 1 and 2, and this is 3 and 4. You don't want to have this gap. You want to step each sleeve against each other properly, flat, straight, okay? And not like this. You don't need to have a gap. When you're gonna start expanding, here you're gonna have a room, here you're not gonna have a room, here you're gonna start pushing it. It makes sense. Do not think that, you're gonna be in ambient temperature, you're not gonna have, you're gonna expand and then when it cools down, it's gonna retract again, and then this is gonna happen again and again and again. Or when you're cruising around, you're gonna have, let us say, the cylinder wall is gonna have 200-300 degrees Celsius. As an example, here top down is gonna be different the temperatures. When you push the car, you're gonna change these temperatures. So you're gonna always have fluctuations. It's not like that it's running on a steady temperature all the time. All right. I mean, if you keep it at the room temperature, you're never gonna have any problem. Even if it passes 100 years, there is no problem, right? But this is not okay, and this is who's gonna machine the block. That's who is responsible. It's not mistake of the sleeve. It's mistake that they didn't align it properly when they insert the sleeve inside. Same thing here. On the number 2 and 3, they make better job, but still it has some imperfections. Here down it's a little bit more open. Here up it's a little bit more closed. All right. It's acceptable. It depends who you are asking, you know, because to machine something, a machinist in 2026, I mean, with the tools that we have currently, it's supposed to be down to 1,000 millimeter, not 100 millimeter. And here, it's not even. Let me get the filler cage to show you the difference here, just to see for how much it's been, the number 1 cylinder, it's been clockwise, all right? And I'm gonna show you this gap with the filler cage. All right, what's this? 0.5 millimeter, 0.5 millimeter, 0.5 millimeter, all right? What's this? I can put it in, and it's not tight. All right. So no, for me, any imperfections, I mean, okay, I'm not saying you can make it perfect here, but this is not okay, this is not okay, for me. The same thing also with the main bearings. There is no color code. I can baptism these bearings 52, 54, 56, or whatever. I can say that it can be, like I said earlier, it can be blue, yellow, red, or it can be, let us say, pink. Nobody can stop me about that, right? Now, let's mount it. Let's torque it down to see what values we're gonna give me. All right, this will gonna be a short video. I'll explain why. Let's just open the nylon of the main bearings. All right, you see, dry, no single mark on it. These are not Mercedes. No, they're not. Okay, so let's make one comparison. Let's get the one that was wearing the car. Okay, this is fine. See where's the knots? Here and here. This is the OEM. Let's get the upper one. Let's get this one. And let's get this one. You see that has the groove. This does have a groove because this is the lower, this is the upper one. You see where's the knots here? You see the groove here inside. You see where's the knots here? Then we have one slot here. I mean, even let us say that, you know what, okay, some people, they're machining these knots here, and you're gonna say, Tassos, machine it and put it on, right? Yeah, see what's gonna happen. Even if I machine these knots, if I remove these knots here, I'm gonna file it, all right? And I put it in place. See what's gonna happen. See where's the oil gallery? See where's this one? And does have a groove external that you can place it wherever you want, all right? It's flat from outside. So if you make the mistake, I don't know for which sense is this bearings, to be honest, all right? I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do if it was mine, all right? And I want to have a coated bearings on the main line. First, I'm gonna start with the correct color code, all right? I'm gonna use all the lower yellow and the last one red. Then on the top one, I'm gonna go with a number, all right? When I'm gonna be happy from the clearance, then I'm gonna package again the bearings. I'm gonna send to this company. I'm gonna tell them, please coat for me the bearings, if I want to use a coated bearings. Now, the specific one, let me see also if it's gonna fit down here. Why I'm saying that? Because obviously they make a leak test on the block and there is some surface rust, this I have to clean it. And I have to be careful with. All right. See what's another one thing. The lower one, you see that the notch here, it's at the specific position, it's very thin. You see the dimensions, all right? It's not wide. And then it comes here inside and sits nicely as it's supposed to be. Fine? All right. Now let's try to insert this one, that this is much more wide, and I doubt that it's gonna fit here inside. I mean, you see where's the difference? Where's the conflict here? It's impossible this to enter in this slot. All right, and even yeah. Okay, you're gonna tell me you can file it. Yes, I don't want to file it, to be honest, because that's not the only problem. It has a little bit of offset. It's a little bit more space from this side versus this side. Okay, and this, like I said, it will never gonna come inside. All right. So we have, like I'm saying before, I'm not saying that's bad quality. I'm not saying that it's good quality bearings. It's not for this application. That's what I'm talking about. All right, you have to, if somebody doesn't understand that, I'm sorry, the problem is with you, not with me. Fine. We have 3 problems with these bearings. One, it's this notch that's much more wide. The other one is the oil gallery here that's not aligned with this oil gallery here, the hole, I mean, the oil supply with this one, fine. And the third one is, like I said, we don't know if it's the thickness. Is the blue, is the yellow, is the red, it's a pink, it's purple. Nobody knows. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm gonna wrap it again with nylon. I'm gonna put again in the box because this belongs to the customer, and standing by to see what they want from us. I don't know if we have a bearing cell for a M133. I don't know the part number, to be honest. I don't even remember. You know, I have M157 and M177 here. All right, but I don't think it's gonna be the. You know what? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Why not? Let's have a look. I don't think it's gonna be the same part number. I doubt. Let's get one upper red. Doesn't matter, right? 278, and let's get also one yellow 276. Let me open it, just out of curiosity. Yeah, Tassos, you dumb. Obviously. Obviously it's not the same. Yeah. Forget it. It's completely different part number and the dimensions. All right, let's wrap it up. Where was I? I had all the goodwill, you know, to use the plastic aids to get the dimensions, to see if it's okay. If it was okay, acceptable, we're gonna put on the video, and then after that you're gonna hear my advice, my opinion, and then you're gonna be all up to the owner. But in this case, I cannot even mount these main bearings, like I said. So I have sent also the cylinder head at the machine shop for a light resurface until it comes out the scratches and the dents what they cause to the cylinder head, because when I opened the cylinder head it didn't have any single scratch. Then when they went for porting the cylinder head, then disaster happened. Then let me take care also the caps to be ahead. I'm gonna remove this with the I have to 3000 sandpaper, a little bit of rust remover, carefully without pushing it, just to remove the surface rust, and you know, and then WD-40. Yep. Plus, I said before, for the main line, I'll tell you this: you have the OEM bolts, and the specific ones, they're used ones. All right. What you want to put a new bolts, because they're stretching these bolts. I mean, if I compare for you one old one and one new one, you're gonna see that the old one is gonna be longer. Okay. Now, to give the best chances for the main line, for the crankshaft, to don't flex, because again, you have only 2 bolts, only 2 attachment points all in all. There is no side, there are no 4, okay? For the stock application, it's fine. For stage 1, stage 2, it's total fine. I mean, I've seen with the hybrid turbos, and they're not suffering. But with the setup, what he's trying to do, the owner, give the best chances to the crankshaft and use some 625 studs. All right. Otherwise, yeah. Again, this build, it is something. If you're gonna last one season, I'll be happy. Let's place it this way. I mean, no, if it lasts after the tuning, because most probably they're gonna put on a dyno, they're gonna start tuning it. If it survive from the tuning, then it has some chances to last 2 seasons. There is a possibility to don't last on the dyno, to give up on the dyno, the main line or whatever, okay? And mark my words, after a couple of kilometers, after a couple of pulls, if you open the spark plug and you put a camera inside, you're gonna see some weird lines on the sleeves. And this is gonna be because we're gonna deform from the heat. Well, they're gonna have some deformation because of the forces, because the epoxy, what they put, all this what you see down here, it's epoxy. All this what you see here, all around, it's epoxy. And as far as I know, even with all this epoxy, it was leaking. Okay, fine. So again, it's not for a long-term use, this engine. Fine. I don't, usually I'm not building an engines. I mean, I have some exceptions, but usually I'm not building an engines for 1 season or 2 seasons. Okay. Usually it's daily use, street use engines, and it's much more difficult because you have to balance it. You have to balance, I mean, reliability and performance. All right. That's the difficult thing. To build one engine for 1 season or for a couple of pulls, it's easy. It can forgive you. After all, you just want to make to get a number. So that's what I have to say. The video is finishing here. Yeah, I said that it's gonna be a short video. We are over 10 minutes probably. Yeah. All right. You get used to it, right? Thank you. Over and out.